Hello boys and girls, a very good morning and welcome to this live session on winning techniques brought to you by TalentSprint. Well, these winning techniques are going to help you in your upcoming RBI assistants and the IBPS Clerks exam, which are a month away from now. And I guess not just these two exams, but also all the other bank and competitive exams where you are tested on quantitative aptitude or reasoning ability. Right? I'm sure all of you are preparing well for these exams, or I rather hope that you're preparing well for these exams, because this is high time that you pull up your socks and leave no stone unturned, right? The next 25-26 days that you have for the RBI assistance exam are going to play a key role in your performance, right? So I would advise you that you should do everything that is possible to move closer to your dream bank job. All right, and I just hope that these live sessions that we do every day will only help in your preparation and boost your confidence in preparing and cracking these exams. So today's winning technique is going to be on this very popular topic from arithmetic aptitude called ages, right? Now, problems on ages have been very common in bank exams. In fact, any kind of aptitude test, right, or any recruitment test where you are tested on aptitude will probably have questions on ages, right? Now you might be wondering that what is so interesting in ages, right? I mean, it's a very simple topic. All of us know how to solve questions from ages. Then what's so special about it? Well, if you had observed, whatever we discuss through these winning techniques, right, whatever concept we cover here is actually simple, right? All of us can solve it. But that one tweak in the solution or one change, small change in your approach will help you save a lot of time. So here again, the questions that we will discuss today, that question type that we discuss today, is easy to solve. All of you will get the right answer. But what matters is, are you using the right method? Are you getting the answer in the right amount of time? Or are you spending too much? So that's what we're going to look at in the session today. The technique here is to eliminate the wrong answers, right? We will not find out what the right answer is. We will try to find out what the wrong answers are. Right? In any question in aptitude or any multiple choice question, you are given 5 options, one of which is right and 4 are wrong. You're required to find out the right one. Now this can be done in 2 ways, either find out the right one or find out which 4 are wrong. And many times it's easier to find out which 4 are wrong. So that's what we are going to look at in this session today, where we'll discuss a winning technique to solve questions from ages. Now without discussing anything else, let me quickly present the question to you all, solve it yourself, and then we will discuss the smart method to arrive at the answers for these questions using the concept of ratios. So the first question for the session today is on your screens now. So you can see that the question here is on ages, right? Whatever 2-3 questions that we solve today will be on ages, and it will involve the concept of ratios. So the first question here says that Ravi and Dev have an age ratio of 15:8, which will be 5:3 in 10 years time. Their present ages are, right? So Ravi and Dev have an age ratio 15:8, and this will become 5:3 in 10 years of time. So what are their present ages? Options have been given to you. It shouldn't take more than 30 seconds for you to crack it, and your clock starts now. Easy question. I'm sure many of you would also use the smart method to arrive at the answer. But let's see if all of you are doing it a smart way. In fact, videos of TalentSprint are already available on YouTube channel discussing this smart technique, but assuming all of you haven't seen it, let's cover it today. Waiting for your responses. Ravi and Dev have an age ratio of 15:8. The present age ratio is 15:8, which will be 5:3 in 10 years time. Meaning after 10 years, when you look at the ratio, it becomes 5:3. It changes to 5:3. So their present ages are. What are their present ages is the question. What are their present ages is the question. Yeah. All right. I think the time is up. I see that 3-4 of you have got the answer so far. And I think all of you have got option 4 as the answer. Let's look at the solution now. Right? Here we go. Now, rereading the question once, Ravi and Dev have an age ratio of 15:8, and this will become 5:3 in 10 years of time. The present ages are. Let me solve the question in a regular way first, right? Let's assume Ravi's present age is R and Dev's present age is D. R and D are the present ages, respective ages. Now, what is given? Their present ages are in the ratio of 15:8, which means R by D is equal to 15/8. R by D is equal to 15 by 8. Now going by the concept of ratios, we can say that, one person's age is 15x, the other person's age is 8x. Multiple of 15 and multiple of 8, right? X is a common factor there. So 15 and 8, right? 15x and 8x. So Ravi's age can be taken as 15x. Dave's age can be taken as 8x, present ages. Now this will become 5:3 in 10 years of time, which means after 10 years, 10 years hence, 10 years later, the ratio would become 5:3. Now understand, present age of Ravi is what? 15x. So 15x plus 10 will be the age of Ravi after 10 years. Divided by present age of Dave is 8x. So what will be Dave's age after 10 years? 8x plus 10. This is going to be in what form? 5/3 form. You're able to follow. 10 years later, the age ratio will be 5:3. So 15x plus 10 and 8x plus 10. Now, can you not simplify this equation and get the value of x? Yes. Find the value of x and then you'll get the present ages. So let's simplify this. What do you do? Cross multiply. So upon cross multiplication, what do we get? 15 times 3, 45x plus 30 equals 5 8s, right? 40x plus 50. So 45 minus 40x, 5x will be equal to 50 minus 30, 20, which implies x is equal to 4. X comes out to be 4, right? 20 by 5, which is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. Now, what is he asking us to find out? Their present ages. We know that their present ages are 15x and 8x. What is the value of x? X is equal to 4. So, substitute x equals to 4 in these two, values here, right? So, 15 into 4, 60. 8 into 4, 32. So, 60 and 32. Their present ages are going to be 60 and 32. 15 times 4, 60. 8 times 4, 32. Option 4 is the answer. Option 4 is the correct answer. Now, because I had explained this to you, it has taken so much of time. When you do it yourself, you will solve it in about 20-25 seconds maximum. However, this is not the smartest of the methods to arrive at the answer. The answer is correct, but I would say method is not the best. There are better ways of solving this question. So, I would say that this is not something that smart people would do. Remember, the answer is right. I'm not saying that the method is wrong. Method is also correct, but we have better ways of getting the answer. And what is that better way of getting the answer? Use elimination. Elimination method. Eliminate the wrong answers. Elimination is what works here. Right? Elimination method. And not just in ages, wherever ratios are involved, you can actually eliminate the wrong answers very easily. Now, what does it mean? How do you eliminate? How do you eliminate the wrong answers? Simple. You know that their present ages are in the ratio of 15:8. 15x and 8x. Their present ages should be 15 times of some value and 8 times of some value, right? Now, what is the actual question? Their present ages. In the question also is asking us to find out their present ages. We have been given the ratio. We have to find out the absolute values. What are the absolute values of Ravi's and Dev's age? What I know so far is Ravi's age should be a multiple of 5, multiple of 15, and Dev's age should be a multiple of 8. Check from the options. If you look at option 1, 15. Yes, 15 is a multiple of 15. But is 21 a multiple of 8? No. Option 1 is eliminated. This cannot be the answer. Why? 21 is not a multiple of 8. Look at option 2. 30. Yes, it's a multiple of 15. 15 into 2. 16. Yes, it's a multiple of 8. 8 into 2. And moreover, 30 and 16 also are in the ratio of 15:8. 30 is to 16 is 15:8. So this probably is the answer. We cannot mark option 2 as the answer straight away, right? This could be the answer. This could be one of the possible answers. But is this definitely the answer or not? We'll figure out later. See, don't mark the answer. As soon as the ratio is satisfied, don't mark that as the answer, right? You have to do further verification. But before doing further verification, let's eliminate the other options. Now look at option 3. When I look at option 3, I see that 14 is not a multiple of 8. So straight away gets eliminated. Option 4, yes, 60 is a multiple of 5, 60 is a multiple of 15, 32 is also a multiple of 8. You getting it? 15 into 4, 8 into 4, and moreover, 60 and 32 are also in the ratio of 15:8. So basically, both option 2 and option 4 have satisfied the ratio condition so far, right? Now look at option 5, 75 and 40. Well, 75 is a multiple of 15, but 40, yes, 40 is also a multiple of 8. 15 times 5, 8 times 5. So 75 and 40 have also satisfied. And between 75 and 40, the ratio is 15:8. Yes or no? 15 into 5, 8 into 5. So there are 3 options. Option 2, where the ratio is 15:8. Option 5, where the ratio is 15:8. And option 4, where the ratio is 15:8. Now the question that arises is, how do we find out which is the correct answer? Well, there is one more condition given in the question. Now because you are left with multiple options. See, sometimes what happens, so far we have checked only one condition. Which condition have we checked? 15:8 condition. And we have been able to eliminate 2 options. Sometimes if you are lucky, you will be able to eliminate 4 options using the first condition itself. And since there is only one option left out, you can take that as a correct answer. But here in this case, we are not so lucky, right? 3 options are there, 2, 4 and 5. Now, how do you verify which of these 3 is correct? Use the second condition. What is the second condition? The second condition tells that after 10 years, the ratio would become 5:3. After 10 years, the ratio would become 5:3. Or basically, after 10 years, Ravi's age will be a multiple of 5 and Dev's age will be a multiple of 3. That's the idea. You see, after 10 years, Ravi's age should be a multiple of 5. After 10 years, Dev's age should be a multiple of 3. Let's check this now in the remaining 3 options. So if I take option 2, after 10 years, Ravi's age will become, see, 30 and 16 will become 40 and 26. 40, 26. Yes or no? Plus 10 and plus 10. According to option 2, if I assume option 2 is correct, according to option 2, the present ages are 30 and 16. So after 10 years, the ages will become 40 and 26. But is 26 a multiple of 3? No, eliminated. You're able to follow? Similarly, if I take option 5, present ages are 75 and 40. After 10 years, the ages will become 85 and 50. But is 50 a multiple of 3? No. I want B's age, I want Dev's age after 10 years to be a multiple of 3. 50 is not a multiple of 3. 85 is a multiple of 5, but 50 is not a multiple of 3. Is this satisfying the second condition? No. Now, 1, 2, 3 and 5 are eliminated. So answer has to be option 4. Answer has to be option 4. Let's verify option 4. Like, how do we do the verification, right? I mean, we don't have to verify because already 4 options are eliminated, but let's check. What happens? 60 and 32 are the present ages. So after 10 years, 70 and 42. 70 and 42. Is 70 a multiple of 5? Yes. Is 42 a multiple of 3? Yes. What is the ratio between 70 and 42? This is 14 into 5. This is 14 into 3. So actually the ratio comes out to be 5:3. See, satisfied all the conditions, right? It has satisfied all the conditions. 5:3 is the ratio between 70 and 42. So can I mark option 4 as the answer? Yes. Now see, without having to put pen on, did we write anything on paper here? No, nothing. Without putting pen on paper, we have been able to find out that the answer is option 4. See, do not go by the length of the explanation. I have explained it in detail and I'm, talking, so it's taken so much of time. When you keep your mouth shut and do it within yourself, you'll be able to eliminate these 4 options much faster. You'll be able to eliminate these options much faster. I know it would look like time consuming now if you have not seen this before. If you have not experienced this method before, elimination method, or if you're not used to it, it may appear to be a little time consuming, but very easy to apply in my view, right? So what do? Just look at the ratio, especially in ages questions, right? Right? Very, very easy to solve. Just look at the ratio. When he says A and B's ages are in the ratio of 7:9, I know that A's age should be a multiple of 7, B's age should be a multiple of 9. Just keep that in mind, eliminate whatever answers possible, options possible. Finally, you'll be left with only 1. You can really work very quickly if if you get used to this method here. Now there is one very commonly asked question when I explain this technique, right? And that question is, what if the 5th option is none of this? What if the 5th option is none of this? Yes, that's an important question. What if the 5th option is none of this? Let me tell you. If a particular option has satisfied both the conditions, see, we had 2 conditions here. The first condition said it should be 15:8. The second condition said it should be 5:3. If a particular option has satisfied both the conditions, that can be taken as the correct answer. You don't have to worry about none of these. Are you able to follow? You don't really have to worry about 5th option being none of this there. Yeah. Suppose 5 options are there. 4 are proper options. 5th option is none of this. Out of the first 4 options, you have been able to eliminate 3 options. There's one option which is left out, which has satisfied the first condition. And of course, 5th option is none of this. Now, if you are confused that should I go for this option or 5th option, none of this, all you have to do is verify the second condition on the answer that is left out, on the option that is left out. If it satisfies the second condition also, it is the answer. If it doesn't satisfy the second condition, then mark 5th option, none of this. So you can deal with none of this as well. In fact, the next question I have has got the option as none of this. So let's take it up. I hope all of you have followed this technique, right? See, even the regular method is not very complex. It would take 20-25 seconds for you to solve. But when I can solve it in 10 seconds, why should I spend 25 seconds? That's the point. Yeah. Let me present the next question with 5th option is none of this. I knew that this question would come up. So second question has got the 5th option is none of this, and the question is on your screens now. Similar question, not too much of a variation. Try this. He says the ratio of present ages of Saurabh and Shubhra is 3:4. 6 years hence, the ratio of their ages will become 4:5. What is the present age of Shubhra in years? What is the present age of Shubhra in years? You can solve it in regular method or solve it using elimination method, your choice. The clock starts now, not more than 30 seconds. Let's see how many of you get the right answer. And again, getting the right answer alone is not important. You should be really quick in arriving at the right answer. Well, answers have come in. Most of you have marked option 2. 24 is the answer. Let me discuss this now. So the ratio of present ages of Saurabh and Shubhra is 3:4. So the immediate reaction should be Saurabh's present age should be a multiple of 3. Shubhra's present age should be a multiple of 4. Right? 6 years hence. 6 years hence means what? After 6 years, the ratio would change to 4:5. Which means if I add 6 years to Saurabh's present age, it should become a multiple of 4. And if I add 6 years to Shubhra's present age, it should become a multiple of 5. That's the understanding. We are not writing anything on paper, right? What is the present age of Shubhra in years? What is the present age of Shubhra in years? Now, what is he asking us to find out? Present age. Whose present age? Shubhra's present age. So look at first condition. He's talking about present ages. According to the first condition, present ages of Saurabh and Shubhra is 3:4 ratio. So can I say Shubhra's present age should be a multiple of 4? Shubhra's present age should be a multiple of 4. So immediate point to be verified is that the answer has to be a multiple of 4. Present age of Shubhra is a multiple of 4 according to first condition. So the answer should be a multiple of 4. Option 1 is eliminated, option 3 is eliminated, option 4 is there. Option 1 and option 3 are eliminated immediately. Fifth option, none of this will remain. We can't do anything about it. But out of the first 4 options, 2 options have got eliminated. Option 2 is a multiple of 4. Option 4 is also a multiple of 4. Right? This is 6 into 4, this is 8 into 4. Fine. Now, how do you decide which of these two is correct? Check one more condition. What is the other condition? 6 years hence. We know that 6 years hence, the ratio of their ages will become 4:5. Which means if I add 6 years to Shubhra's present age, it should become a multiple of 5. If I add 6 years to Shubhra's present age, it should become a multiple of 5. So I'll add 6 years. Forget about 1 and 3 now. Option 1 and option 3 are already eliminated. Only 2 and 4 are left out. So add 6 years to option 2 and add 6 years to option 4. So 24 plus 6, 30. 32 plus 6, 38. See, you don't have to write this on paper. I'm just, for the sake of explanation, I'm putting it here. Now, I know that after adding 6 years hence, Shubhra's age has to be a multiple of 5. Is 38 a multiple of 5? Option 4 gets eliminated. 38 is not a multiple of 5. Gets eliminated. Option 2, yes, we have got 30 and 30 is a multiple of 5. 30 is a multiple of 5. So option 2 looks like the correct answer. Is likely the correct answer. Option 2 is likely the correct answer. But then, like some of you have raised earlier, fifth option, none of this is also there. So how can we be so confident that option 2 is the answer and not option 5? You're right. Option 5 can also be the answer. It is possible that while option 2 has satisfied the conditions for Shubhra's ages, Shubhra's present age and Shubhra's age after 6 years, it can still be the wrong answer. You're able to follow? You're able to follow? You're getting the point. While this option has, like for example, let's say if 44 is given in the option, 44 is a multiple of 4. If one of the options is 44, 44 is a multiple of 4. So Shubhra's present age can be a multiple of 4. 44 is possible. After 6 years, it becomes 50. We know that after 6 years, Shubhra's age should be a multiple of 5. Even that condition is satisfied. So the point I'm trying to make is there can be multiple options which can satisfy the same condition. Yeah. So it is possible that fifth option, none of this is correct. Now, if you want to really assure, if you don't want to take a chance, see, it depends on the situation in the exam, right? If I'm running too short of time, I'll mark option 2 as the answer. Suppose if I'm solving this in the last 30 seconds, I'll mark option 2 as the answer. I'll take a chance, I'll take a risk and mark option 2. If you say, no, I don't want to take any risk, I want to be 100% sure before I mark the answer, then you can do one more verification. What's that other verification? Remember, so far we have worked only on Shubhra's age. We have not touched Saurabh's age at all. So maybe you can check if option 2 satisfies Saurabh's age conditions also. You're able to follow? So far we have been able to eliminate 1, 3 and 4 using Shubhra's ages. Shubhra's present age should be 4x and after 6 years it should be a multiple of 5. So 4x plus 6 should be a multiple of 5. These two conditions have been satisfied, verified. We eliminated 1, 3 and 4. If you want to still be, pakka sure, like I want to know if really 2 is correct or not, check for Saurabh's conditions. Now the question that will pop up is, How do I know anything about Saurabh? I don't even know what is Saurabh's present age. How do I solve it? If you pay attention, option 2 tells you that Shubhra's present age is 24. If Shubhra's present age is 24, Saurabh's present age should be 18, right? Because their ages are in the ratio of 3:4. You getting it? I know that present ages are in the ratio of 3:4. That 4 here comes out to be 24, which means that 3 should be 18. Only then the ratio is 3:4, right? 4x is 24. So 3x should be 18. 4x is 24 means x is 6. So 3x will be 3 into 6, 18. Which means Saurabh's present age is 18. According to option 2, Saurabh's present age is 18. And I know that after 6 years, when I add 6 years to 18, it will become 24. And I know that after 6 years, Saurabh's age should be a multiple of 4. Is 24 a multiple of 4? Yes. Satisfied that condition also? Hence I can mark option 2 as the answer. You getting me? Let me just repeat this last point. If you don't want to take any risk, if you want to be 100% sure before marking your answer, you verify for Saurabh's age. How do we do that? According to option 2, assuming option 2 is correct, Shubhra's age is 24, which means 4 parts are equal to 24. If 4 parts are 24, 3 parts should be 18. 3:4 ratio, right? So 18:24. Which means Saurabh's present age, according to option 2, Saurabh's present age is 18. I know that after 6 years hence, right? After 6 years, Saurabh's age should become a multiple of 4. So if I add 6 to 18, it becomes 24. Is 24 a multiple of 4? Yes, 24 is a multiple of 4. Has it satisfied that condition? Yes. And hence option 2 is the correct answer. You don't have to worry about fifth option, none of this here. Okay? So this is how, using elimination, you can very easily solve the questions. I repeat, do not go by the length of the explanation. I'm trying to give a detailed explanation there. Maybe I repeat the same point a couple of times so that all of you can follow. It irritates some of you, I know. I can see that in the comments, that it's kind of irritating when the same point is repeated. But yeah, I'm trying to go for the slowest one in the class here. Anyways, the point is, you can use this technique very efficiently and arrive at the answers in about 10-15 seconds, right? And these are simple questions, let me tell you. Even for 1 or 2 levels difficult questions than these, you can use the same technique, right? So let's just take one last question for the same technique and see if you're able to solve it using the elimination method. Okay, so the next question from this topic of ages using the winning technique that we have discussed is on your screens now. Now this looks to be a different one. Try this. 6 years from now, average of A's age that time and B's age that time will be 29 years. 5 years ago, if the ratio of A's age to B's age at that time was 11:7, what is B's present age? What is B's present age? Your time starts now. 15 more seconds and then we'll take up the solution. I'll solve this question in the regular method first, and then we will see how can we use the elimination technique based on ratios to get the answer much faster. Alright, so the time is up. Let's solve the question first in the regular method and then look at the smart technique. So here we go. 6 years from now, meaning after 6 years, the average of A's age that time and B's age that time. See, that time here refers to 6 years from now, after 6 years. So basically after 6 years, the average of A's age and B's age will be 29 years. Right? 6 years from now, their average will be 29 years. 5 years ago, 5 years ago, right? Go back 5 years. Ratio of A's age to B's age. The ratio of their ages was 11:7. What is B's present age? What is B's present age? Right? Now let us assume that present ages are A and B respectively. Present ages are A and B respectively. Right? What will be their ages 6 years from now? A plus 6 and B plus 6. If the present ages are A and B, their ages 6 years from now will be A plus 6 and B plus 6. Now what is the average of their age is 6 years from now? 29. So basically it means A plus 6. The first condition says A plus 6 plus B plus 6 divided by 2 equals to 29. Yes or no? 6 years from now their ages will become, these are the present ages. Let me tell you, these are present ages. Present ages are A and B. 6 years from now the ages would be A plus 6 and B plus 6, average of which is given as 29. Simplify this to get the sum of A and B. So what happens? A plus B plus 12 comes out to be 29 times 2. A plus B plus 2. You can eliminate this step if you want to. You can directly arrive at the last equation, but let me give a detailed explanation. So A plus B plus 12, right? A plus B plus 6 plus 6, 12 equals to 29 times 2. 29 times 2 is what? 58. So which means A plus B is 58 minus 12, 46. That's one equation we have, equation number 1. So basically the first condition given to us simplifies or boils down to A plus B equal to 46. What's the second condition? 5 years ago, the ratio of A's age to B's age was 11:7. 5 years ago. See, present ages are A and B. So what is the age 5 years ago? A minus 5. What was B's age 5 years ago? B minus 5. This A minus 5 by B minus 5 is 11/7. 11/7. Now simplify this. What happens? What do we get? Cross multiply. Cross multiply, right? Don't do all this drama in the exam. Cross multiply. So what happens? 7A minus 35 equals to 11B minus 55. So from this we get that 11B minus 7A equals to 20. 11B minus 7A equals to 20. This is second equation. Two equations and two variables can you solve? He's asking us to find out B's present age. So basically you have to solve for B. You're able to follow. 7A minus 35 equals to 11B minus 55, which means 11B minus 7A equals to 55 minus 35, 20. Equation 1, equation 2. Solve for B. How do you solve for B? I think let's multiply the first equation by 7. Yeah, so what happens? We get 7A plus 7B equals to 46 times 7. So 40 into 7, 280. 6 into 7, 42. So 322. Now solve for this. What happens? If I add these two equations, remember this one with this one, what happens? 7A and minus 7A gets cancelled. 7B plus 11B is 18B, right? So we get 18B equals to 322 plus 20, 342. What is B then? B comes out to be 19 because this is 360 minus 18, 20 minus 1, 19. B comes out to be 19. So option 3, 19 is the answer. Again, because I'm explaining it has taken so much of time, when you solve using the regular method, it wouldn't take so much of time. But then this is the process to be followed. Maybe you can cut down a couple of steps here and there, but this is the regular method. What we have here is the regular method. But do we really have to do this in the exam? I don't think so. We are not going to be awarded 5 marks for this, right? For such a detailed explanation, we will not be given 5 marks. We will be given 1 mark. Whether you solve it in 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 3 minutes, you will get only 1 mark. But this is the whole idea behind the question. This is how you arrive at the answer using the regular method. But we are smart. So let's see how can we solve the same question without putting pen on paper, without literally putting pen on paper, right? What can be done? Eliminate. Ratios are involved, average is involved. Eliminate the wrong answers. Simple. What do we know? 5 years ago, A's age and B's age were in what ratio? 11:7. What is B's percentage? See, understand the question. What the question is, what is B's percentage? Which means all the options here that we have are what? Are probable values of B's percentage. According to option 1, B's percentage is 27. According to option 2, B's percentage is 17. According to option 3, B's percentage is 19. According to option 4, B's percentage is 33. And according to option 5, B's percentage is 22. What I know is, if I go back 5 years ago, B's age should be a multiple of 7. 5 years ago, the ratio was 11:7. Which means, if I subtract 5 years from each of these options, these are B's percentages. Subtract 5 years, you will get B's age 5 years ago. And that value that you get 5 years ago wala value should be a multiple of 7. Subtract 5, 22, 27 becomes 22, 17 becomes 12, 19 becomes 14, 33 becomes 28, 22 becomes 17. You understand? Minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. Why minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5? Because we are going 5 years ago. We are going back 5 years. So 27 minus 5, 22, 17 minus 5, 12, 19 minus 5, 14, 33 minus 5, 28, 22 minus 5, 17. I know that this value that we have arrived at, B's age 5 years ago, should be a multiple of 7. Is 22 a multiple of 7? No. Option 1 is eliminated. Is 12 a multiple of 7? No. Option 2 is eliminated. Is 14 a multiple of 7? Yes. Option 3 may be the right answer. Option 4. Is 28 a multiple of 7? Yes. Option 4 may be the right answer. Is 17 a multiple of 7? No. Option 5 is also eliminated. Now we are left with only 2 options, either option 3 or option 4. If you are lucky and you have left out with only one option, then just imagine how much of time you will save. Here, 2 options are left out. But if only one option is left out in the first step verification, within 10 seconds you have got the answer. Within 10 seconds you would be getting the answer. But here you have to go for the next step. Right? Or let's say you are running short on time, last 5 seconds, either mark 3 or 4. Take a chance, either mark one option between 3 and 4. But however, let's see how to do the complete verification. So basically, answer is what? Either 19 years or 33 years. B's percentage is either 19 years or 33 years. Okay. Now, how do you find out which of these 2 is correct? Let's see. Understand that, again, there is a concept of ratio involved here. It says 6 years from now, the average was 29. After 6 years, A's percentage is A, B's percentage is B. After 6 years, if I go 6 years ahead, their ages will be A plus 6 and B plus 6. You don't have to write this, I'm just explaining something to you, right? Like what we have done here. So he says after 6 years, the average of these 2 values is 29. The point to be noted is, without putting pen on paper, you should know that if 6 years later, the average is 29, today the average will be 23. If 6 years later, the average is 29, today the average should be 23. Now, how do you know this simply? How do you know this directly? Understand. There's one very classical law related to averages. The classical law related to average. What does it say? If each value is increased by x, average increases by x. If each value is reduced by x, the average reduces by x. If each value is multiplied by some constant, the average also gets multiplied by the same constant. If each value is divided by a particular constant, the average also gets divided by the same constant. Yes or no? Conversely, if the average is increased by 6 years, I can say each value is increased by 6 years. Or if each value is reduced by 6 years, average is reduced by 6 years. You understand? That's how it works out, right? The first condition here tells that 6 years from now, average was 29. 6 years from now, average will be 29. After 6 years, average will be 29. Understand? Today A and today B. After 6 years, A plus 6 and B plus 6. Both the values have increased by 6. What happens if you go 6? See, the advantage here is, in case of ages, both the persons will grow in the same ratio. Or that's the funda, right? This is a logical question also. It was asked in one of the interviews apparently, right? I think one of the civil services interview basically. I'm just digressing a little bit, but interesting point which I've remembered now. So the question asked to the candidate was, what is that one thing which every human being on the planet is doing together? What is that one thing which everybody on the planet is doing at the same time? You can think of a lot of things, right? I mean, when I asked this question some time back, some kind of answers that came in is like, we're all sleeping at the same time and all that. No, I mean, when people in India are sleeping, people in US are working. So that's not the thing. So people say we're all, breathing at the same time. No, I can hold my breath for like 10 seconds. And if I'm holding my breath, I'm not breathing along with you, right? Technically, what is that one thing that all of us, I mean, it happens to all of us at the same time. We all grow together, right? I mean, I cannot stop my growth or I cannot expedite my growth. You understand? Anyway, so coming back, the point is both the persons have grown by 6 years, which means both the values of, no, breathing is not the answer. Somebody just mentioned breathing. It's not the answer. I can hold my breath. I think 2 of you have answered breathing. No, I can hold my breath, right? For whatever time possible before I, die of suffocation. But the point is, yeah, it's not technically the thing that all of us are doing together. So 6 years from now means what? Both the person's ages have increased by 6 years. Both the person's age have increased by 6 years, right? Which means both the values have increased by 6 years. If both the values have increased by 6 years, the average has increased by 6 years. Which means after 6 years is the average of 29. Today, what will happen? A reduces by 6 years, B reduces by 6 years. And our condition, classical law says is, if each value reduces by 6, average also reduces by 6. So today, average should be 29 minus 6. Because in future I am saying 6 years from now, average will be 29. If I come back today, I am reducing each value by 6 years. Whether there are 2 persons or 2,000 persons or 2 million people, each person's age will reduce by 6 years. So average will straight away reduce by 6 years. So without putting pen on paper, you know that today's average is 23. Right? Today's average is 23. Now look at this. So we know that today the average is 23. 6 years later the average is 29. Today the average of these two guys will be 23. Today the average is 23. Now if you know that today the average is 23, what should be the sum today? 46. A plus B's average is 23. If the average is 23, sum should be 46. If the average is 23, sum should be 46. Yes or no? So which means, I mean, I'm writing maybe 1 or 2 steps so that I can explain it clearly, but you can avoid these steps also. So we know that A plus B is 46. Remember, only 2 options are left out, option 3 and option 4. So A plus B is 46. The one point that we have got to know is A plus B is 46. Now, according to option 3, B's present age is 19. If you put B equals to 19, what should be A? 46 minus 19. What is 46 minus 19? 27. So according to option 3, where B's age is 19 years, A's age should be 27 years. Only then the sum can become 46. Now how do you know whether this is the right answer or not? Option 3 is right answer or not? There was one more condition given to us. 5 years ago, the ratio was 11:7. If A's present age is 27, what was the age 5 years ago? 22. Is 22 a multiple of 11? We know that 5 years ago, A's age should be a multiple of 11. Is 22 a multiple of 11? Yes. It has satisfied the second condition also, and hence option 3 is the answer. You getting it? Do the same thing for option 4. Let's see what happens. Do the same thing for option 4. We have figured out that A plus B is equal to 46. Based on the concept of average, right? 6 years from now, average is 29. So present average is 23. Present sum is 46. Present sum is 46. According to option 4, B's present age is 33. B is 33. B is 33. According to the option 2, B was 19. If B is 19, A should be 27. According to option 4, B is 33. If B is 33, what should be A? A should be 13. Yes or no? According to option 4, B's present age is 33. And it satisfied the conditions related to B. Let us check if it satisfies the conditions related to A or not. So B's present age is 33. If B's present age is 33, A's present age should be 13. Only then the sum will become 46. If A's age is 13, present age is 13, what was A's age 5 years ago? 13 minus 5. 13 minus 5 is 8. Is 8 a multiple of 11? No. I know that A's age 5 years ago, A's age was a multiple of 11. If I go back 5 years, A's age becomes 8. Is 8 a multiple of 11? No. Hence option 4 also is the wrong answer. Hence option 4 is also the wrong answer. So you can see that 1, 2 and 5 got eliminated very easily using the simple first condition. Between 3 and 4, we have to, go ahead with the concept of average and find out A's age to verify which of these two is correct. And we found that option 4 does not satisfy. Option 3 satisfies. And hence, that's your answer. And remember, these steps are not to be put on paper. I have just put it up here so that you can follow, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, this winning technique, this SMART method gives you the answer to certain types of questions from ages. In fact, most of the questions from ages without doing any paperwork. All you have to do is play with numbers and you can avoid this lengthy process, right? So on that note, let me sign off from the session today. I hope all of you have enjoyed. It's a very, very powerful technique, useful not only in case of ages, but also other topics where ratios are involved, right? Where 2 different ratios are involved, you can always verify using the options, right? Elimination is the technique basically. Eliminate and find out which are the 4 wrong answers instead of finding out which is that one right answer. Okay, so I think practice a few more questions. Just watching this video is not going to help. You should watch this video, understand the technique, and practice so that you're able to apply it efficiently at the right time. Okay, so practice is the key. And yes, the other thing that you'll have to do is subscribe to our channel, right? Subscribe to our channel so that you get notified about these videos that we upload or live sessions we do, so that you don't miss out on any of these winning techniques, right? We'll be meeting every day at 11 a.m. We'll also upload a lot of videos for enhancing and boosting your preparation. So do subscribe to our channel, keep practicing, and take very good care of yourselves. I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. again. Take care.